Alright, so February. Let's talk. What happened in February? Well, first of all, games. What games did I play this month, right? Well, we started off the month with the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 DLC. The Zombies DLC, right? And also multiplayer. And the Zombie DLC I thought was really good. Had a lot of fun doing co-op with my friends Nestor and Chris and P-Dog. Playing in that DLC. We played it for a whole day, a big session, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And then I played the multiplayer maps. And then I did kind of a mini review of this DLC for KO Gaming. That's my new channel where I'm doing the edited review style stuff. Didn't really get too much attention, and I hate to say it, but I think that the era of people checking out my stuff for every kind of mainstream game is long gone. You know, there was a time that no matter what game I played, people flocked over to see how I was going to cover it. Call of Duty was one of those games, even though I certainly was not one of the best Call of Duty players. It always seemed to get some kind of attention. And then I've noticed in the past 3 years, dwindling attention and attendance whenever I play Call of Duty, to the point now where I think most of my fan base doesn't give a crap about Call of Duty anymore. And at least this is the exception to the rule, because normally I wouldn't get a season pass for Call of Duty anyway. But being that this is the Zombies year, this is the Treyarch year for Call of Duty, it's the only reason that I did it. And I'll be honest with everyone, regardless of the fact that really not too many people went crazy to watch the gameplay of Call of Duty and the zombie stuff, I had a lot of fun doing it. I love doing co-op with people like that. And I don't even really care that people weren't too crazy about it. So, that was fun. Didn't certainly get any kind of significant attention, but it was a good coverage for the beginning of the month. Then we had games like Naruto, Unravel, and Firewatch. Now, this was a weird one, alright? This was seriously a weird one. I was confused, because I thought for sure that Naruto, the game that is the direct sequel, the end to the Naruto franchise, the sequel to the game that I played 3 years ago, when I first adopted Direct Capture, I thought for sure people were going to be like, man, I really want to see Phil do that game. I went 3 years and there hasn't been a resolution to the Naruto plotline. And, Unravel, I'll be honest, I didn't expect much at all from Unravel, being that it was like kind of a cutesy platformer. And Firewatch, I honestly didn't expect much from either, being that it's kind of a walking simulator. It was kind of the opposite in a lot of ways. Naruto didn't get that much attention, but Firewatch did. Firewatch got really good attention, like, for what it is, you know, an indie-style game that really didn't have much gameplay to it, but was more about the narrative and about just dialogue in the game. Not only did people turn out on stream to watch the game, but the views on YouTube were great. So that blew me away. I was like, whoa, I certainly was not expecting that at all. I really wasn't, and I was very pleasantly surprised when I saw how many people watched my Firewatch playthrough. Street Fighter V week was great. People were turning out for every single stream. The videos on YouTube did exactly as I kind of expected they would. So I'm very pleased with how Street Fighter V week went. You know, people were like, Street Fighter V, I can't wait to see Phil play Street Fighter V. But during that week, I had tons of people who were messaging me and say, Phil, when is Street Fighter V week over? You know, it's one game all week, we're getting bored, we're getting burnt out, we want to see you play something else. So I was like, okay, well, don't worry, because the week after, we've got 3 new games coming out. Three big new games coming out that you know, you can look forward to watching. And then, then when the week ended, and, you know, we stopped playing Street Fighter V, jumped into other games, right? It was a slow week. And this is what I mean, like, I cannot predict. Like, some things are just popular, some aren't. I don't know why. I just kind of shrug and, like, I don't know. So this week, we had Far Cry Primal, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and The Walking Dead Michonne. Now, I thought at least one of those would catch on and end up being like a semi-popular playthrough. And no, they weren't. Quite honestly, Far Cry Primal only got attention for about a day, and then people really stopped turning out for the streams and watching on YouTube. And Garden Warfare 2 really never got too much attention. I think people just wanted to see what the new characters were like, and once they saw that, that was pretty much the extent of what, you know, people were interested in there. And The Walking Dead Michonne, I mean, I can understand why some people are turned off by Telltale Games, but, like, no one turned up for that game. I mean, even the live stream, there was, like, no one on it. I don't think, I haven't checked the videos. This is the thing, after I upload for, like, the first day, I don't go back and start checking on views or anything. But that first initial day, almost no one watched my playthrough of it, so... Again, I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's really confusing. The King of Hate Vlogs. My vlogging channel. This month, I did a lot of different kinds of vlogging that normally I would not do. I told everyone I was going to increase my vlogging. I stuck to it, and I did it. And I'm going to be honest, overall, it was a great month on the King of Hate Vlogs. There was a ton of variety over there. For once ever, my vlogging might prove lucrative, because it never has been. My vlogging has always been like, I have to take time away from the thing that actually runs the business in order to do a vlog, and it kind of is a service to the viewer, because it doesn't really do anything for me. If we could keep on this cool, positive pattern, then, you know, then it could actually grow and be good. Now, let's talk about KO Gaming. Another mixed bag for me, okay? Let's talk a little bit about it. This is my new channel, where I'm doing edited content, alright? Which means game reviews, montages, first impressions, mini reviews, all of that kind of stuff, alright? Mixed bag. Here's why. First of all, subscriptions are good. Subscriptions went up this month significantly. I reached my 5,000 sub goal, which actually was what I wanted for the first month. I wanted to get around 5,000 subs, and I got it. In fact, right now, last time I checked, I was over 5,100. I don't even know how many are on there now. Like I said, I'm busy putting out videos and stuff. I'm not just sitting there looking at the numbers all day, so I don't even know. Alright, I really don't. The content I put out on there, I'll be honest, kind of low engagement for what I was hoping for. And what I mean by that is, you know, a lot of the stuff that I put out on that channel is very time-consuming. I don't think people realize how long it takes to put together some of that stuff. For example, when I put out a Hits of the Week, which is a montage of the best and worst and interesting stuff that I did on DSP Gaming for the week, that takes 4+ hours to put together. Because I have to basically go through all the videos, find the moments that I think are good, and then I have to sit there, edit it and everything. It takes a long time. It's a big time investment. To do Hits of the Week typically takes 2 different nights of a week of doing, you know, 2-3 hours each night of work to put it together. And when I started Hits of the Week in January, it was very popular. And every single week that I did it after that, it dwindled and dwindled and dwindled to the point where when I was getting 3,000 views for Hits of the Week that I'm spending 6+ hours working on, I said, you know, I think I'm going to have to focus on other stuff. You know what I mean? You know, real talk, I have to focus on stuff that people want. So then, this month, I kind of redirected my efforts, and instead of doing more montage-style videos, I started doing more game reviews. This also has been a mixed bag. Some of my game reviews have been getting pretty decent views. I was hoping to get around 5,000 views on a game review on KO Gaming to start, because, listen, if I did, the game reviews I was doing over on the vlogging channel would get anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 views, depending on what game it was. So I figured if on a new channel, you're naturally going to get less. I was thinking around 5,000 views. Some game reviews have done great. Some game reviews that I've done have done really good, and others really didn't get much attention at all. You know, I think I did the mini review on the Call of Duty expansion, got over 5,000 views. I'm pretty sure the Street Fighter review has done good. I haven't checked on it recently, but I think that did good. But then there's other games that I did that, like, no one cared about the review. You know? And it's like, it's again, a mixed bag. It's positive with the negative. KO Gaming, I don't know. I'm kind of torn, because people have been asking for me to do the kind of stuff that I'm doing on KO Gaming for years, and I got nothing but positive feedback for the first month when I was doing stuff on KO Gaming. In fact, if you actually look, most of the stuff over on KO Gaming is positive. Wow, great job. I love this edited content. You're getting better at it. Keep at it. This is the kind of thing that's popular on YouTube, and it's going to blow up. And then you look, and I spent 4+ hours on a review that got 2,000 views, and it's like, was it worth it? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm certainly not gonna stop, and I'm not gonna get discouraged at this point. It's been only a month, really, since the full-fledged launch of this new strategy for me this year. So there's certainly no reason for me to get discouraged yet. But I'm curious that once all these really heavy-hitting new games that people want to see, like, for example, in the month of April, Quantum Break, Dark Souls 3, Star Fox, and Uncharted 4. Just those 4 freaking games. I know there's tons of people that want to see me play those, and it's gonna get attention. Are people going to be turning out for the streams, watching the videos? Are people going to watch the reviews, the montages, or what? That's going to kind of determine stuff, I think, when we get to that point.
2 things to talk about quickly. The first thing is Patreon. Because I'm going to be real with all of you. We have not hit the goal yet for the month. We're like $15 short or something like that. It's like ridiculous how close we are.
We've hit every goal so far in the past year. In fact, this is the 1-year anniversary of me doing Patreon. And every single month we've hit the funding goal that I set. We were very close. So, you've got a day and a half left. You've got the 12 hours for today and 24 more hours if you're considering pledging. If you'd like to see me keep doing this full time, you love the daily streams, you love the on-demand content, you love all the changes to the vlogging and the edited content that I've mentioned, and you want to see it succeed, consider pledging at patreon.com/darksidephil. You know, that's kind of something that I gotta mention every once in a while, and I hope that we hit the goal. This would really suck if this is the first month we don't hit the goal, and then we don't have a, you know, reward for hitting the goal. I get the feeling, here's what's going to happen. I get the feeling a few people, last minute in the next day, are going to realize that they need to lower their pledges because maybe they had a higher pledge from last month. And then maybe a few people, last minute, will say, oh, I got a pledge. It's the end of the month. It's the last chance. And they'll pledge, and so it's always random. And then, of course, you got people who get declined once they pledge. So there's no real way to predict if we're going to hit the goal or not, but I hope we do.
So just want to make that abundantly clear. We have not hit the goal yet. We're very close. And it would only take a couple people going in there, you know. And a lot of people say, oh, you know, I don't have money, so, you know, I couldn't really do this. You know, $1 a month. $1 a month helps. And, you know, 15 people put in $1 right now, we'd hit the goal. You know, I'm just saying, it's not like you need to be giving $100. It's ridiculous. In fact, very few people do those large pledges. That's why, if you look at my perk levels, they're all low. Most of my perk levels are $1, $5, because I realize people aren't going to be contributing tons of cash, and I don't want people contributing tons of cash. The most successful people who have a Patreon, they're successful because they have a lot of people giving a very little amount. Something that's so negligible it doesn't affect you at all, but it actually helps me big time. All right?